are we doing? What up? How are we doing? Does everyone have a good weekend? I hope so. Now we actually have 2 streams rocking today. So what's going on with everyone on YouTube? YouTube's where the chat is going to be. I think this YouTube's where the chat is going to stay as well. So we do have a couple of updates coming this afternoon. So if you are in the Discord already, you're going to see those updates. But if you're not, then you can of course join the Discord with the link down below. Now, if I'm not responding to your messages if I'm not responding in TikTok, then make sure you go over to YouTube and you can join the chat on YouTube. I'm going to try my best to alternate between the two, but it's a lot going on. No, it's a lot. So let's get into this then. So last week we gave out the biasing for Euro JPY, and this was to go short, right? We wanted this to run bearish. Now it continued to push up higher here, and if we continue up as we are and we close out above this level today, so if we don't come back down and visit this level, then we're going to be continuing to go bullish, meaning that this bias is going to stay in place as bullish. Now, like I said, we had a bearish bias the whole way down here, and we failed to open up a gap. Now, if we had opened up a gap, then that would have changed our biasing for us. But there is a potential for this gap to open up now. So we're looking for this gap to stay open. Now, if this gap stays open, then you are bullish. Remember, guys, if you're not already in the Discord, we have students using this system, trading this system on different assets, different pairs, lots of different people using this system. So lots of people jumping in and out on the Discord, lots of people jumping in and out on the TikTok and the YouTube. So bonjour to everyone. Buongiorno, howdy ho, how you doing? What's going on, Void? Yeah, have a great weekend, thank you. Great weekend. It was good. Yeah, we had a great weekend, nice and relaxed. The football season is finally over for my son, so I'm happy with that. I'm happy. It might sound bad, but I'm happy with that. Slightly different camera angle today because we've had to set up 2 cameras to run 2 streams, which is kind of backwards. I don't know why it's like that, but you know. Okay, so right here we have a 4-hour high that was ran. We had a bullish area here. Price came in, ran beautifully from that area, right? Now we're looking for the same bias to follow over, which is the bearish bias that we gave out probably I don't even know how long ago we gave out that bearish bias. I think it must have been a good month and a half ago. Okay, I'll show you here. This is on my TradingView account. So you can go over to the TradingView account and see that biasing has played out consistently. We give that out every Sunday as well. So based off of what we have price action going lower, right? So we want to see highs being swept and then price action go lower again. How are we doing this? Well, we're using the Orion system, as you guys know. Connection issue. Is this true? Let's see. It's probably YouTube is not receiving enough video. Yes, that could be correct then, Void. Let me see. One second. Let me edit this. Let me see if I can change this at all. We might have to stream separately, 2 different times. Because at the moment, we're streaming two streams. We've got YouTube and TikTok running at the same time. So based off of that principle, there could easily be a buffering issue. I'm not seeing any issues on this end or this end. So I don't know. That could be a problem though. Obviously, if you guys are seeing it, that's the main thing. If you guys are seeing it, then it's probably a problem. Probably a problem. Definitely a problem if you guys are seeing it. So massive lag. Okay. Okay, what I'm thinking is we will sack off. Sorry, TikTok. We'll be back later. Is that better? Is that working better now? Hopefully that's better now. Let me know. So let me see 1 second. $136. Stream connection poor. Serious issues. Serious issues. Okay. Let's quit this. Let's quit. Why is Google Teams open? Let's quit this. Alright, let's see. I think we're probably still lagging, right? We're probably still lagging. I think it's gone. Okay, yeah, cool. It probably has. I've shut down all the other streaming software. I had Google Teams running for some fucking reason. I don't know why. Clearly, we have some major issues here. The webcam is just disconnected. It's all going tits up today. All right, 1 second. There we go, right? Better. I don't understand why it's like all like messing up all the settings and everything. I don't understand why. It's weird. You'd think you could just stream 2 places at once. I mean, the internet is clearly whack. Like, that is the wackest internet connection you've seen. And that's fiber, apparently. Okay, so I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to schedule... We're going to have to schedule, like, TikTok before YouTube and then YouTube afterwards, or YouTube then TikTok, or something along those lines, I think. It's going to have to be done, isn't it? There we go. Sort out the camera. Yeah. Honestly, not ideal. Not ideal at all. I wanted to stream on both platforms and it's like end up doing a 7-minute stream. To be fair though, the stats they're telling me from my 7-minute stream look pretty good. Looks pretty good. Now it's saying stream excellent, so it's obviously okay now. Okay, it's a black screen. So I do want to get some markups done for this afternoon. Just see. What doesn't help that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33 different apps open. That's a lot of fucking apps. That's a lot. We'll actually get to some charts in a minute, guys. Let me just make sure I've got everything open that I need open. So does anyone know why you can't use 2 cameras at once? Anyone know the reason for that? Not 2 cameras at once, sorry, but like why you can't have 2 stream systems running off the same thing, you know? Because that to me just don't make sense. Just doesn't make sense to me. 1 second, guys. Shit, this is slow as hell. Is it doing the same thing again? It's doing the same thing again. Now it's excellent. It's obviously just a purely inefficient internet connection, which is very, very clear here. Very clear. Cool. Right, let's go over to USD Euro USD, sorry. So we ran the 4-hour high here. Then pricing came down, gave an area right there, didn't tap in, we came down and took out that first liquid low. Now this was pretty similar to the idea that we gave out last week, which is where we have the 4-hour high sitting within this move. We have, of course, the liquid highs up above, but we're looking for price action to come down into the higher time frame lows down here, right? 33 apps, have mercy on your PC. Yeah, I mean, look, she's a workhorse. She's a workhorse. She's designed to work. I think it's more of the drain those apps are having on the bandwidth I have available to me. The PC's fine with it. Like, it's just a case of like it can't get enough data to run those apps. Okay, so a 25% in frame drop detected. That's from Streamlabs. You need 2 PCs, one work, one stream, to keep the CPU working well and not overheat. That's how they all do it. This is like a relatively chunky PC. Well, laptop, sorry. It's a gaming PC, so it can handle, multitasking and doing all this shit relatively well. It is, I think, the internet, not the PC itself, like I say. Because if it was the PC, then it would actually be slow, whereas I could still stream and talk and do what I want to do. But it was just throwing error at me. Error. So let's go back over to here. So we took out the low right here. And then it gave us this point for price action to go long from. Now it looks like it is actually going long from there. We've had some more talks with the co-owner of PSS, who is the one building the Orion software right now. And he was going over some key points as well. So we've got quite a few things coming. One of the things being, like, if we go onto here, right? Remember, this is just between me and the 7 people that are in here right now. And all the people that watch it on rewind. But keep it to yourself. So you can see that we have an adjustment on the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, you can actually see. Let me delete this. Actually, there you go. You can see that it highlights pivotal highs, pivotal lows. It does all of the things it needs to do, and it also gives you a last updated. So it tells you where your gap is, like the date and time. It's updated, and I don't know what that is. I don't know what that number is next to this, because that doesn't hold any relevance. But it tells you the date it was updated, which I think is pretty damn cool. Tells you where the last fair value gap is. So how many weeks you've been running on that same biasing, for example. So like EURN, the last time we had a gap form was the 4th. So we're using biasing from the 4th to determine price action going in a given direction further on. But this is, again, just running it on what we have in terms of the way we're working through. We're working through the code. So we're going daily, 4 hour, 15, working through, because we have the code basis in place, and you guys have seen it on lower time frames and things. But we're building it up. Also, some really, really clean setups given by the money in, money out concept on the cryptocurrencies over the weekend. It was actually the co-owner, the one that's coding that sent me here a picture of this sell position here. He sold it from that point, and it just ran down beautifully. A lovely little XRP sell, because he's big into the XRP. So he done good on that. He done really well. And then we had Guy, who is one of our veteran like Pip Surfing Society members, if you were, and he took this trade. If I can find the pen. If you're in the Discord, you would have seen this. He took this trade from here and traded it up to that high. Really nice. Really, really nice. Clean. But I mean, if you just look at this as well, even without having a biasing or an understanding, if you can just see this and say, okay, price is going up, Like almost every time one of these is created, you see price come near it and then run. This one doesn't come near, but it runs. Again, this is on the 15-minute time frame. And like I said before, it's not every single one that's going to work like this, but you're buying at the fucking highest point. But this is actually a really nice spike here to 106. That's pretty good for Bitcoin. That's pretty good. Let's go back to actual charting here. So this is the low that was taken out. Now that invalidates the entry, which is a shame because obviously it would have been quite a cool entry to be able to get involved in. First entry of the week. As you guys know, we can't take them all. Pretty sure that's a daily high, yeah. So we took out a daily high. Euro NZD. Let's double check it is a daily high. Yes, it is. So this would be a counter move. Did we do that last week? Yeah, we did. I didn't even see that. Honestly, that's pretty clean for a counter move. You're not going to take it, obviously, because it's literally a market close. That's like the dumbest thing I've ever seen. But the area is given, and price action sells away from that. Now, we ran a 4-hour low, and we're looking for it to go long again. We explained this earlier. We're now looking for pricing to follow into that long bias, taking out the liquid that sits above this high. If I can draw, thanks. Now, if you go back to the 4-hour chart, you'll see why. This is the 4-hour high. So we're aiming for that, right? Real simple. Real simple. Did everyone have a good weekend, yeah? Right now, it looks like we've only got one guy in the chat. And that's my man Void. Damn. Yawning heavy. It's right there and right there. These are both 4-hour highs. That's the point we're aiming for, right? So we go back down to the 15. We're looking for these points to be ran. Oh. Over the weekend, I had like some, I don't know if it was an allergic reaction. I don't know if it was like, I don't know what it was. But this eye, I don't know if you can see it. You can't really see it. This eye literally swelled up to the point where it was like closing. No reason for it. I just had itchy eyes and I was itching them. I was like, oh, that's itchy sort of thing. And then next thing I know, it's like, I said to my missus, I said, cool, my eye feels really puffy. And she was like, geez, that's swollen. She was like, that's so swollen. She was like, go and look at that in the mirror. And obviously I looked. She was like, let me take a picture and all this. And I was just like, is it? And she was like, yeah, that's bad. That's bad. Remember, guys, if you haven't already secured yourself the money in, money out indicator, hang on a minute. Oh, it's not from there. I thought there was a gap there. That's my bad. It's here. And you're using that liquid low as your protection, so that's miles out. Again, regardless, if you haven't already secured yourself money in, money out indicator, then you can do that through the Discord or the link down below. You can find it right there. So daily is now bullish here. on Euro GBP. We're going to look for 4-hour lows, which we have literally none. It's a couple, but nothing that's worth trading. Not yet, anyway. I'm saying not worth trading. I mean, we're literally like the furthest point away from it right now. My chair makes so much noise, it's crazy. My chair is literally so, I don't know, it's so noisy. Like, it's just out of nowhere it's managed to get really fucking loud. Maybe because I spend too much time sitting on it. I'm not even sure what part it is making the noise, but it's fucking noisy. Yes, I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a stream here, and then we're going to do a stream on TikTok, or vice versa. That's how we're going to manage it, because we can't do two at once. And honestly, TikTok impressions and stuff like that is crazy. To give you guys an idea, right? We've been streaming on here for 40 minutes. We've been streaming for 40 minutes. We have a total of, I'll tell you, 1 second. Ba-dum-bum. We have a total of 20. If it would kindly load. Absolutely diabolical. Diabolical. We have a total of 24 views and 3 likes. I streamed on TikTok for 6 minutes. We had 36 views and 3 likes as well. So we got the same amount of likes and not almost double, but more than we have now. And we streamed there for 6 minutes, and we've been streaming here for nearly 40. So it tells you, doesn't it, the way that some platforms just aren't as good as others in terms of getting you out there. So we're going to start making sure that we make some time for the TikTok live streams, because they could be a lot more beneficial in terms of time for us anyway. So if you're not already following, then make sure you do. I'll post a link to my TikTok down below. Let me find it 1 second. Okay, it is here. I'm also posting, I don't know why I said it like that. I'm also posting like the Keep It Simple series, stuff like that on there. Obviously in parts, because you can't post it in its entirety. Here. Like I say, we'll be going live on there as well. So if you're not already following, drop us a follow. If you don't have TikTok or whatever, it's cool. Don't make any difference to me. But I'm gonna be going on there, so just so you guys are aware. So we had that tap in and run last week. Now we've had a bias change. The bias has changed. We had the gap form. Price never came back to the high. That daily low now becomes part of the targeting, same as the previous daily low. What the fuck is going on here? There we go. Finally. Back to the 15. Actually, not back to 15, back to the 4. And we're looking here. That's just been taken. And we're looking up here. So that's your point there for pricing to go lower from. That being the highest point. Change the color of this. That you'd want price to travel to. Now, what time is this? It's 9:30 or 10 a.m. Okay. Now remember, because we have a lot of liquid highs up here, if pricing does come back up here, the chances of getting an entry is a lot higher. But for it to come back up here, that is a very large move. So we're not expecting it to happen today or tomorrow. Expect it to happen when there's probably fundamentals in play. If we come over to our news events, you can see we have 45 minutes, the S&P Global. I don't believe that's going to get it up all the way. We'll see. The moment we're still looking for pricing to sell down through these lows here from where we're at. Where is that bar? Here. So there's your liquid sitting down there. If pricing does come up to this point, then it's going to invalidate the idea of it going short. So I took my son ice skating over the weekend. Ice skating, light show. All of the fun stuff. These are both 4-hour lows. Ba, ba, ba. Mm. Right, okay, yes. Right, so yeah, another 15 minutes, and we're gonna go over to TikTok, I think. See what that's all about. If we can get any viewers rocking from there. So if you are in the Discord, remember to post the scenarios you're looking at and the things that you want to see within price. We had someone this morning play a very interesting concept in the chat, explaining about how you put sell stops and buy stops based off of a trade setup, but you only do that once it goes to 50% of your stop loss. If it reaches your stop loss limit, then you don't take the trade. But how does that work if price taps into the area you want to sell from and just runs, doesn't go into your stop loss area? You miss those ultimate tap and runs. So I'd be interested to learn more about that. Like, if that was you, if you're watching this live stream, just explain it a little bit more in the Discord. We'd love to hear what your thought is. Remember, we're in the Discord. We're a team. We're not looking to critique each other. We're working together. So it's not a quiz trying to catch you out. It's genuine questions. Oh my lordy. My gosh. So, we have where are we now? 2 times 9. Yeah, cool. We have a bullish bias on this UJ here. So we're looking for those lows to be ran. At the moment, we have nothing. Like I said before, there's many other ways you can apply this Orion system and the Orion principles, the money in, money out indicator, and you can trade it on a lower time frame. There's no like rules where you can't do that. That's what I was saying before. You can do the same things. You don't have to have the exact rule set that I'm showing you. Yeah, you don't have to. And one that I've just seen right there, so you got a bullish bias. You sweep a 5-minute low, come to the 1 minute. The next money out area given is right there. Or money in, sorry, is right there. So it gives you a beautiful tap in area for your stop. In this case, you were aiming for the high, you wouldn't have reached it. But the idea is it's not about how many times can you reach your target or how much profit can you make. It's about the principle and the way that a price action movement plays out. A directional biasing move plays out, right? So if your bias is bullish, then you can look to follow that principle. Same thing going on here. I don't know what's going on down here on the 1 minute, but let's have a look. See the same thing. See the same principle playing out right there. Area given doesn't tap in, but the move comes. Real nice. Same thing again. Really clean, right? And that's all running off of just 2 basic principles, which is the 5 minute and the 1 minute. And again, I'm not saying this, look at this system, you could use this straight away. Now, I'm saying if you apply it in the right context, you're going to see that relevance play out. Then you can go and test that once you have a actual rule set for it. You can test the rule set, and then you can play it forwards, knowing that you are looking to collect data. Now, if you're playing it forwards, collecting data in terms of backtesting, you're using a backtesting software, right? You can then apply different rules depending on what your outcome is. If your drawdown's too high, if your losing streak's too high, your winning streak's too low, for example, it's always going to be what is the outcome of that data. Remember, it's always about data driven. It's not about what your belief is. It's not about how good a setup looks. It's not about how big an account can be. You know, it's about what is the long-term consistency and probability giving you that overall movement in the market. Whether you're picking up on a singular candle movement, a 3-point candle movement, a 3 time frame movement, a singular time frame, it doesn't matter. It's all about the same thing. If you have a bias and you have data to back up the biasing and entries, then you can trade it without being scared of what's going to happen, because you know it's the same as flipping a coin and just consistently going heads, 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 heads. You changing from heads to tails isn't going to change how probable it is to land on it, because it's an equal probability. Nasdaq didn't give me an entry. Usually sweep the high aggressively before switching direction. Let's see. From running this high, I'm guessing. Because I'm trading on the 15-minute, when I see something like that, I don't look at that as really much of a move, to be honest. Obviously, I know you do because you're looking at a lower time frame. I need that and something more to give me even just an entry. So I don't look at that and think that's a big move. But I understand what you're saying. Yeah, it would normally give an entry off of that, right? Let's just have a little browse here. Just have a little browse and a little look. Just have a little browse. Just looking on the 5-minute. Again, I'm just trying to show you guys the principle of something that maybe doesn't even work, but the way you can just grab it and say, okay, cool, I see this. I'm going to apply this and test it and see if there's data to back it up. Low is the same, so we'd actually have that as well. Cool, then go back down to the 1-minute time frame. Let's just rewind here. So the first area to be created here is right there. Does price run higher from there? Obviously, you're using the liquidation low as your stop. That does. That's beautiful. Okay, cool. That's great. Let's go back some more. Let's go to here. So from this run and this run, we don't have anything until here. But you'd use the same thing. You use the low as your stop, and this is your entry point. So you'd be aiming for example, here, here, and here. You're looking for that expansive move, right? Okay, it does. Cool. Now, obviously, we were looking back at price and seeing that, so it's a bit different. But the principle is, we go back to the 5-minute. Where are the highs and lows? They're the points of highlight, right? So you're not going to look at entries at any other points than there. Simple as that. And let's look down at this one as well. See what's going on down here. This doesn't give an entry, I don't believe. Nah. Here's an area we don't give an entry. If this is sweeping a low, oh, this is right. Let me double check here. Do I highlight that? Yes, that is. So let's see. Yeah, so that point there is the point you'd look to go long from. It doesn't give you an actual entry itself, but it gives you the move. Pretty clean. But again, the relevance really isn't there for what I'm showing you because there's no data to back it up. So I'm not trying to show you this and be like, look at this, guys, it's fucking amazing. Look at it. Whoa. No, because I don't have any data to back it up. I'm just showing you that this principle can be applied, and you can see, without even having to test it, you can have relatively consistent movements coming in the bias direction in terms of what you want to see, right? And you can use higher time frames for biasing, you can use daily time frames for biasing, whatever time frame you want. Or you can just piss in the wind and go against whatever you want. Just trade everything. But I don't recommend that. I don't recommend that. All of the things that I actually tell you and explain to you has data behind it. And anyone that's in the Discord would have seen me testing the systems live, would have seen me testing the systems in the backtest criteria, consistently taking losses, knowing the market isn't going to go in the right place. But we don't not take the trade because that skews the data. You take a loss, that's fine. It just goes onto the data pool. Exactly the way that it should be done. Whereas I know that people would purposely avoid taking a trade in backtesting because they're like, oh, it could lose. Well, take the loss, right? Even if you take a few extra losses in backtesting, that's better. Because if you can have losses you wouldn't actually have taken, and then the data comes through as true anyway, it's a win-win, right? Literally a win-win. Bam, 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 bam. Right, 1 second. I just need to see if I can get. Aha! What the fuck is going on here? There we go. I was thinking that looks so wacky. So remember, we're only looking for this low to hold its value, and then we're looking for it to run up into these highs. Yeah? Euro GBP, GBP NZD, not GBP NZD. Well, let me see. You can tell it's Monday. British pound to US dollar. We're looking for this to sell off into these lows. So that's technically a high right there. This is another way you can apply it. See the way that I just looked at that there? I had that area. Look for the 5 minute, look for the 1 minute. Again, I don't know the 5 minute, 1 minute value. It's just something I saw showing you a principle. Excuse me. So based off of what you want to need, or what you actually need to do is you need to test the principle. But having it within here could give more value to it, right? It's all about taking those little points and applying it in a way that works for you. Let me double check that. It's running nicely there. Yeah. Nice. Right, so we've just taken a high here on GJ, but that's the high that we was aiming for. Right here. Okay, so we're still bullish on GJ. Bullish from here. 4-hour lows are aplenty. It's the one right there. We're looking for a run up into these highs, right? Because we're bullish. Bullish. Bullshit, more like. Right. What are we saying? What's the time? Okay, it's 20 past 2. 20 past 2. I think we're going to jump onto TikTok for half hour, 45 minutes. And then that'll be wrapping up the Monday. I think, is there anything else I need to do? I don't think there is. What's the time? 20 past. Yeah, so... yeah. Yeah. There we go. Right. Camera looks smushy, doesn't it? Okay, still looks shit. Damn. So let's see what we can do with that. Right. We're going to wrap it up there, I think, guys. I'll see everyone tomorrow anyway. Tomorrow and possibly in the Discord later on this afternoon, but I don't think so. I've got a few calls that I need to get on tonight, as well as I've got some admin that I need to do. So, yeah. Short one, but we just want to try and establish ourselves on more than one platform. So if you are on TikTok, make sure you head over there and follow on TikTok as well. But I'll see you all there. And if I don't, I'll see you all tomorrow. Remember, if you're in the Discord, drop us some... don't know what that was. It just popped up on my screen. Drop us some analysis, so on. Say hi, say bye. And I'll see you all very soon. Peace and love. Keep an eye on the Discord for updates as well on the pairs. And there you go. Ciao.